Children are a catalyst for relationship issues that each party may not think they have prior to going into the relationship. A lot of times relationships nowadays, and when they start, tend to be based on the pleasures that each party can give the other person. So you go out, you go on nice dates, go to these fun places, really nice restaurants, you dress up, have all the fun in the world with this person, which is all very nice. It's all a very nice gesture, can be very chivalrous. However, if that is what the relationship is based on, then it can also become a distraction for that person and getting to know who your partner is. When you get down to the nitty-gritty, when you're going out on these dates, when you are in a restaurant, and you can talk in a restaurant, but when you're ziplining, when you're in Paris or all of these other places, a lot of times you're not necessarily taking time to talk to each other, to talk about your wants, to talk about your dreams, to talk about your communication styles, to talk about your love languages, even though I don't really like the term love languages that much, but to talk about how you express love, how you take love, the traumas that you've gone through in your life that can affect how you express and how you receive love. These things a lot of people don't want to talk about and don't know how to, because no one taught them. Parents did not teach them. Their parents' relationships did not teach them. Seeing my parents' relationship still did not teach me how to communicate in a relationship. And so when you have these two people that come together, a lot of times more for the dopamine hit, I like you, you like me, let's bang, bang, choo-choo train, go home or watch a movie together, cuddles, you get the oxytocin, you are all so happy to be together. You're not seeing the other side of that person, how they are acting when they're upset, how they're acting when they're stressed, how they're acting when something is going wrong in their life. Now you get this couple, and it can be any couple. It can be any couple. They come together. They may not live together. They may live together, but they come together and maybe decide, let's have a baby. Or maybe not decide to have a baby. It could be an accident. They can decide to have a baby for whatever reasons that they decide. Some of them, it's because they think that's what society wants them to do. Some of them, it's because they want to have this little person or thing that can love them for the rest of their lives. Red flag. And for other people, it's just an accident. Even couples that know they want to have a baby, they want to raise a child, they want to love a child and send them out into the world as prepared as possible, they even have trouble with their relationship being tested, their communication styles being tested, emotional intelligence being tested. So you have different types of couples that come together, decide, let's have this baby. Before they decided to have a baby, there was no common goal that they had together. It was only them coming, cuddles. It was only the pleasantries. There was no goal to strive for. Now you add a human. Now you both have a common goal that each person has to depend on the other person for this goal to be reached, whether it's keeping the baby alive in general. Let's not even talk about the survival and the making sure the baby has enough love so they can grow up to feel confident in themselves. Let's just talk about them eating, them surviving, sleep schedules. Now you have this couple who the only thing that they based their relationship on is dates, frilly things, gifts. I'm not going to say necessarily money because that's touchy, but all of the niceties that the honeymoon phase gives us in a relationship. You add this human now, Now, what's actually starting to be tested? Dependability. Now what's actually starting to be tested is how each person utilizes their time in order to, one, work towards that common goal, or two, help the other person. It's like now you're working on a group project where you don't even know how the other person works on their assignments. Same thing. Now it's not as fun anymore. Now this person doesn't have time, your partner doesn't have time to cuddle you as much because there's a baby that needs to be fed. There's a baby that needs to be cuddled. There is a baby that needs to be rocked to sleep. And don't let the child have a disability. Now you're really opening Pandora's box. Each couple now doesn't have the time to give the attention to each other that they used to, because now this little baby requires all of that attention. And where the relationship begins to break down is when one or two of the parties decide, well, I guess this person doesn't love me anymore. Let me either, one, find my love somewhere else. Are you cheating? Which means now it's not even just about the cheating. Now they're taking away the help. They're taking their part that they were supposed to do of the assignment out of the house, somewhere else. Now the time that they spend either up in someone else's guts or bouncing up on someone else's that should have been there with the kids, should have been there doing their assignment, working towards their common goal, is now gone, and it leaves the other partner with all of that work. Or let's say one party is holding up their end of the bargain. They are feeding the child, they are cooking for the child, or they are pumping, whatever they're doing. And then the second party of the relationship is more so doing things for self, not even necessarily paying attention to the child or the house. No cleaning is getting done. No cooking is getting done. Now that issue of dependability comes in. These are not things that the couple knew about each other before they had this child, because either they didn't spend any time together beforehand, or they spent time together, but it was all dates. It was all fun things. It was not you spending time talking about each other's needs. It was not you both understanding how you do group projects, how you work toward your goals. Because how that person works toward their goals can make or break that relationship, not the child itself. The child is a catalyst. The child is the catalyst. Because even if you take away the child, if the couple decides, let's say, to start a business together, those same things come into play, not just the child. You still have a person that you need to depend on. You still have to have someone that's holding up their end of the bargain. And that is where the issues lie. Couples don't know each other when they first get together. Now, it's not anyone's fault that they don't know each other. What you don't know, you don't know. If you are spending time together and just enjoying each other's company, there's no reason for you to feel like, oh, this person is not dependable, unless there are other issues going on. But if you're just spending time together because you like the person is fun and funny and all of the things, those aspects of the relationship that hold the couple together during adverse times are not being tested. And that's where you get the issue. That's where a lot of people get tricked into being in relationships and tricked into being with people that may not serve them, because you're not getting down to the nitty gritty of who that person is. You're not understanding how that person does group projects. Are they the type to let other people do everything and then they get the A? Are they the type to contribute a lot and kind of overbear the project so the other person does not get a say? Are they able to work the project equally and talk about each other's pieces and how each person is going to contribute to the project? That is where relationships crash, not just because of the baby. The point of this whole rant is, y'all stop blaming these babies for y'all relationship issues. Stop saying children ruin relationships. And fix y'all own issues, fix y'all communication issues, fix y'all emotional issues, learn how to be a teammate. That's all it is. Learn how to contribute equally. It's very simple. All right. I love y'all. See y'all in the next video. Let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts on how babies can affect relationships in the comments. See you next time. I know. Jesus. The time that they're spending all up in somebody else's guts or all up bouncing on top of somebody else's whatever that you want to call. I don't know. I lost much. Bouncing on somebody else's pipe. Let me say it over again. Or they spent time together, but it was all that. I forgot what I was talking about.